Now, following some legal turmoil, GOP concerns are mounting that he's on the verge of costing his party the very seat they fought so hard to get. Correspondent Steve Brown reports.
I am going to vote for Ann Northup, and I'm going to encourage all Republicans to do the same.
And with that, Kentucky's Lieutenant Governor Steve Pence today endorsed former Congresswoman Ann Northup, the chief Republican rival of Pence's boss, GOP incumbent Ernie Fletcher.
Even during all the politics of destruction, which is not uncommon for Kentucky, let me say that, we've been able to keep our eye on the ball.
Fletcher's re-election campaign may come down to whether he can set aside the state patronage hiring scandal, which led to Fletcher himself being indicted on misdemeanor charges. Those charges ultimately were dropped in exchange for revamping the hiring system. Fletcher considers the matter old news, but it is still a campaign issue. Fletcher talked about it at an event yesterday.
And yes, we made our mistakes. We're not perfect.
Northup talks about the scandal almost daily.
This administration has been beset with problems from the beginning. The number one thing they promised was to bring a new culture to Frankfort, and they haven't. They still haven't.
I think the key to the race is if Northup can bring that back out front and convince Republicans that Ernie Fletcher is not electable in the fall against a Democrat, whoever wins the Democratic primary.
And it is a crowded field for the Democrats. 7 candidates in all, none of them as well known statewide as either Northup or Fletcher. But the Kentucky Democratic Party chairman accepts some responsibility for that.
At my request, all the people that are running on the Democratic ticket chose not to get into the race until after our last election cycle in November because we wanted to concentrate on winning that congressional seat that we did in Louisville.
The seat which belonged to Northup until she was upset in November.
First off the starting line.
The potential spoiler in the GOP bracket is Billy Harper, a race car driving businessman who spent $2.5 million of his own money for a TV ad campaign that began in October.
I'm just tired of people taking the job of governor but not getting the job done.
Recent polls suggest Harper is well behind Fletcher and Northup, who are running neck and neck with the primary just 12 weeks away. In Frankfort, Steve Brown, Fox News.
Meeting on the grounds of the former Confederate Capitol building in Richmond, the Virginia General Assembly has voted unanimously to express what it calls, quote, profound regret for the state's role in slavery. Sponsors of the resolution said they knew of no other state that has apologized for slavery, although Missouri lawmakers are considering such a measure. Supporters said